Now generally, you're used to seeing us review cars and motorcycles on this channel, but today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to be reviewing a journey. Now very recently, the first leg of the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway got inaugurated and it runs from Sohna in Gurgaon to Dausa near Jaipur, and that's what we are going to be driving on today. But the thing what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be simultaneously driving on both the new expressway and the old highway to find out exactly how much time the expressway saves us. Now I've got my colleague Shivank here with me, who's going to tell us the rules of the journey.
Of course, this is not a race and we are going to stick to some rules. Now, first of all, we are going to be maintaining the speed limit. We'll stick to the speed limit throughout the highway, whether it's new or old. Secondly, we'll be taking half-an-hour breaks, each of us, on our respective journeys, because that's what a normal person does. And lastly, the destination is common for both of us. So we are going to meet at Jaipur Fort. Of course, we'll see how much time we save on our journey, how much longer it takes for, I think, probably the old highway in comparison to the new highway. So the main purpose here is to find out how much time you actually save on the new highway.
So Shivank, now with that decided, how are we going to decide who is driving on which road?
Well, the MG is the newer car here and I'm driving it. So I think I'm going to be taking the new highway and you're driving the XUV, which is relatively old. So I think you stick to the old highway.
Well, with that sorted, let's get started on that.
Yeah. See you later, Dhruv.
See you later, Shivank. Hopefully I reach there in reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, let's find out.
So well, finally, I'm on my way. Shivank has actually just taken the exit of the main highway that goes to Jaipur. He has to get onto a different expressway to start his journey. Well, and I'm hoping to get there in a reasonable amount of time. And not just that, the thing is that Shivank will actually have to go a little out of his way, and even when he's going back into Jaipur, he gets off a little before Jaipur. All those things hoping, I'm just hoping that I make it to Jaipur to Jaipur Fort in a reasonable amount of time. And can I get there quicker? I don't think so. The biggest challenge for me will be the traffic.
So right now I'm on the Gurgaon and Sohna stretch, and surprising, this is also a highway. I didn't know this existed before, but this is a 6-lane highway with a speed limit of 100 kilometers per hour. So this is peak hour traffic, like I said, but it's only for the initial part, which is 5 minutes, to be very frank with you. Right now the highway is empty, as you can see. I have empty bit of stretch and I can maintain that 100 kilometers per hour right out of Gurgaon.
So I've just arrived at my first toll, and there's going to be a lot of tolls on my way, and that's one thing I had not really kept in mind. Shivank won't have to pay a lot of tolls, and the quality of this road is a bit sketchy. So let's see how things turn out.
So we are now on the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, and it only took us 12 minutes from Gurgaon, from the exit where Dhruv went his way and we took this route. Very, very surprising. I thought it was going to take a lot longer, but the stretch between Gurgaon to Sohna, it just took us 15 minutes roughly, and it's around 15-16 kilometers. And now we can up our pace, as in we can do 120 kilometers per hour. And the great part is this car has got adaptive cruise control, so I can set it at 120 kilometers per hour, and I think we are going to be there in absolutely no time.
So, well, I'm gonna use a trick to try and save as much time as possible. See, the thing is, I've not had breakfast before leaving, and this is right around breakfast time. It's around 9:30. We've got a Bikaner wala coming up. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna quickly get something to eat in my allotted half an hour, and then I'm not gonna stop before my destination.
So this expressway also connects to the KMP or the Western Peripheral Highway, which then connects to the Eastern Peripheral Highway. So if you're coming from Noida, Ghaziabad or Faridabad, you can directly come to this expressway through that route. You don't have to come through Delhi, Gurgaon, and you don't have to tackle that traffic. So I've now done close to 60-70 kilometers on the new expressway, and I'm maintaining 120 kilometers per hour. I've set it at cruise control. Now, one thing that I'm noticing now is that the tarmac, although it's very smooth and it's an 8-lane highway, but it is bumpy at places, as I think you can also see in the background. So over expansion joints and at some places, it's not as smooth as you'd expect. So if you're going to maintain that 120 kilometers per hour speed, which is quite high, you have to be alert all the time. So now we have come to a rest area. This is where we are going to enter, and I can see some nice restaurants over here. So let's take a quick break, and we have 30 minutes here to have our breakfast and leisure time, I'd say, because we have a lot of time in hand. So the break was supposed to be 30 minutes long, but I'm back in just 15 minutes. I'm not cheating. The thing is, half the places here are not operational. There's just one restaurant which is fully functional, but it is really crowded and I couldn't wait for my turn. Now, what I've done instead is I've gotten some snacks to munch on for the time being. So that is only the real problem with the new highway I could think of, because if you want to have proper lunch, proper breakfast or dinner, a proper meal, well, either you have to wait for too long, because these places, like I said, aren't fully functional yet. A lot of restaurants are still coming soon. So you'll really have to wait. And that is something you won't really appreciate. Hi, Dhruv.
Yeah, Shivank, where have you reached?
Well, we are just 100 kilometers away from Jaipur, so it's smooth sailing so far and we are literally munching miles. What about you?
I've just done 81 kilometers since the time we left Gurgaon, and seeing the amount of kilometers you've already covered, yeah, I think I'm going to be way off you by the time I reach there. But there's one good thing, we've already done our meal stop. What about you?
Well, yeah, we stopped for lunch or breakfast actually. We tried to stop, but most of the places are not operational right now. So yeah, we just had to buy some snacks and that was it. But other than that, I think this highway is absolutely brilliant. We have a lead of around 100 kilometers on you. You know that?
Let's see, I think the race is on and let's get to Jaipur. I'll see you there.
Yes, see you at the Jagar Fort.
All right, bye-bye.
So we are about to exit the expressway now, and we started at 9. Right now it's 11:40, so it took us just 2 hours 40 minutes from Gurgaon to reach the exit point, and that includes a 15 minutes break. So I think it has been quite a journey, in the sense it's been a fast journey, and now we are going to enter the Jaipur-Agra highway. That's going to take us to Jaipur. So let's find out how much more time does it take to reach the city center, or Jagar Fort, which is our destination for today.
Every second, I guess. So you must have been wondering where I have gone, and what I have to report here is the fact that I have covered 2/3 the distance that I'm supposed to cover today. I've got around 68 kilometers left according to Google Maps, and it's been 3.5 hours since I have been driving. I'm just gonna find out once I reach there for how long he had to wait, for me to arrive. As far as some of the highlights of this route are concerned, I think first of all, getting out of Delhi was a bit trafficy, and then as you're clearing the Manesar, there's a lot of industrial area over there, and that means there's a lot of trucks. Also, there are a couple of places where there's roads being constructed, there's a flyover being made, so you've got diversions, and the roads around these diversions aren't really all that good. But once you do cross over into Rajasthan, and the roads do widen out, and in fact, I must say this, that the road surface, when it's not broken, once you're not in these diversion areas, once you're actually cruising, is actually pretty smooth on this old highway. So that is a plus point. One more thing I would like to mention is that over here, I mean, it's a Pandora's box. There can be people crossing, animal crossing. There can be people just coming the wrong way, or people could be just taking their motorcycles over the divider onto the other side of the road. You have to stay alert the entire time, and I think that's one of the challenge and the good parts about driving on this old highway to Jaipur is that it keeps you actively engaged.
So now we are on the Agra-Jaipur highway. We have crossed most of it. So this starts from Dausa and goes all the way to Jaipur. It's around 70 kilometers if you're heading to Jaipur. And it's moderately trafficy in the sense it's not a clean highway like the expressway, of course. So you have people coming from the wrong side, you have animals on the road, and the usual stuff that you find on Indian roads. But still, we managed to average at around 60 kilometers per hour on these roads as well. And now we are about to enter Jaipur. But yeah, it took us close to 3.5 hours from Gurgaon to reach Jaipur. And now, and after that, of course, I have to go to my destination, which is Jaigarh Fort. It's still showing it's around 16 kilometers from here. And it's showing me that it'll take me around 30-34 minutes because there is some congestion on the way. And we finally made it to our destination. We are at Jaigarh Fort now. The time right now is 1 p.m. and 10 minutes, and that means we have reached here in just 4 hours, just over 4 hours. And that is quite an achievement. Now, all we have to do is wait for Dhruv to arrive.
Alright, so I have covered 225 kilometers by now, and my destination is only 9 kilometers away. I've actually turned in from the highway towards Amer Fort and then the road that goes up towards Jaigarh Fort. I'm guessing Shivank's going to be waiting there for me. So you know what, let's find out just exactly how far behind were we pretty soon. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Jaipur, you're late as expected.
Hey Shivank, well that was expected, but you know what? I'm just 40 minutes behind you. You came at 110, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's 150 right now. So
But
honestly
I covered
speaking,
a lot more. I think I did 285 kilometers. You did 236 or 234?
well, yes, I can understand that, but hey,
And I'm coming from Jaipur. You're still not in Jaipur. You're still 15-20 kilometers away.
that's the part. Yes, you are covering more distance, but I think the old highway still has some salient points that I would like to mention. First of all, it's very engaging to drive on that one. I'm sure, like driving.
Yeah, with all the trucks and all, it's definitely engaging. You have
Yeah.
to slalom through, so it is engaging.
Yeah, but I mean, at 120 kmph, you must have been struggling to stay awake on the new expressway. So I'm sure that's
true,
one thing.
sort of, yeah.
Also, you've got a lot more food joints. As I told you, I had chole bhature. I was so happy with the food choices that I had.
Yeah,
You had to make do with chips.
Yeah.
So yes, I think the road's not great in some parts, but overall I think it's still an enjoyable road. You cover less distance, but it only works for you if you're traveling at hours where there is no traffic.
Well, yes, I think the old highway, you can still take that given what he's telling us, because if you leave early, I think you beat the truck traffic also, and it is shorter distance. The new highway, of course, it bypasses a lot of places that you will get stuck in on the old highway. So I think in that regard, if you want stress-free driving, the new highway is of course the way to go. But if you still want to experience Rajasthan and all the borders and all the truck traffic and maddening traffic in between, well, of course, I'd still say take the old road, shorter distance. But overall, the winner is, of course, the new highway. And I think in every regard, you get your average speed is higher. Your fuel efficiency is also going to be much higher because it's not stop go all the time.
Well,
I think in terms of toll, also we paid nearly more or less the same. I think it's $100 more for me taking the new highway. But I saved 1 hour. I covered more distance, and I think, again, the new highway definitely has its perks.
Well, as you can see, our man Shivank here cannot stop raving about the new expressway. Well, if you want a stress-free drive, then the expressway is the way to go. If you're looking for an old world, like a old charm experience, then I think the old highway just works better. Let us know which one do you prefer. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until the next one, goodbye.